John. My name is Anthony Ainley, and I'm on the point of sending you a little message. I'm the geezer who plays the master in Doctor Who, and to prove it, I'll give you one of his chuckles, see if it sounds like him. Now listen very closely. That's the master's awful chuckle. Now your dear father sent me the most marvellous tapes of my father reciting and Sybil Thorne-like talking and acting, and a couple of other marvellous artists, and I in return would like to send you a little message about Doctor Who, on the condition that you will please pass on to your father my sincerest thanks for his kindness in sending me the tapes. They are very, very nice, and I'm most grateful. I did in fact send you a postcard from Chicago, and I hope you got it, explaining the delay in your receiving this tape. Just a second, I'm going to pause to go and get his letter, which has got a list of the things he might like me to talk about. Oh, I know, the first one is, how did I get the part of the master? Well, a long, long time ago, when you were very small, I was appearing in a TV show called The Pallisers, and it starred Susan Hampshire, and I played the part of a rather odious vicar, and the producer of Doctor Who now was then working as a less important person. He was then known as a floor manager in the studio, and he thought that I would be right for the master, having seen me working in this play called The Pallisers 7 years ago, and that's very often how one gets work as an actor, by being remembered in a similar part, and being thought suitable, and being thought employable for one reason or another. And I very luckily got asked to play the master, which I enjoy very much indeed, though, as your father rightly says, it's by no means the be-all and end-all of my work or my ambitions. But I'm very, very pleased to be doing it, because it's the sort of part that enables you to stretch yourself, and with all the disguises and things that he goes into, to extend your talents and the master's personality, and it is actually a very good acting part from that point of view. I sometimes wish we had more time to perfect it. I think they tend to make them too quickly, but studio time is very valuable, and therefore very rushed, and I think with sometimes shows and television stuff, but we seem to get away with it. I've just been to the Chicago convention of the Doctor Who Appreciation Society of North America, and the enthusiasm they have for Doctor Who is just unbelievable. I really found it very moving, the extent to which they love the program and love the artists in it. It did wonders for my ego that few days in Chicago. Going on a bit, I just played back that first bit, and it makes the most terrible noise. I have no idea why. I've got one of these Japanese sanyos, and it's supposed to be very good, but it doesn't half make an awful lot of noise. I can hear more than my voice. I can hear the churning of the tape going round. I do apologize for that, but if you can think why it is that my Sanyo stereo radio cassette recorder, which is quite new, is making such a noise, perhaps you'd be good enough to write to me, tell me how I can put it all right. Now the next point that your kind father has written down is point 2, any interesting experiences during taping the series. No, it's all very interesting really. The whole thing's been quite a thrill to do. I think the most interesting aspect has been being there and working on Doctor Who while we've gone from Tom Baker to Peter Davison. This has been a very interesting experience from my point of view. It was very exciting to be in at the kill, so to speak, to put an end to Tom Baker, throw him from a great height, and that in itself was an exciting episode to do. But to actually be in the rehearsals when Tom was going out and Peter came in to do the first one was very interesting from a point of view of noting Tom's supreme confidence, the height of his success. And dear Peter Davison, who was a charming chap, of course, was very nervous at the beginning, and the contrast is really remarkable. I think Peter's extremely good at what he's doing, and lovely to work with. I can't think of any humorous incidents that happened. Humorous incidents, we always managed to get quite a lot of laughter out of, but actors always do. There's always a great deal of laughter in rehearsals and on the takes. Nowadays we're so not unrushed. There's no pressure from the point of view of in the old days in television. You used to have to do it all in one go, and you couldn't correct anything that was wrong. But now we can relax much more, and because they've developed a technique which I wish I could pick up with this machine that I have here. A marvellous way of stopping and starting again, and so there's no problem if you fluff a line on a recording. You just stop and you do it again, and they can pick up, and there's no difficulty in the assembling later. So we have things are fairly relaxed, although they rush it. Everyone's much cooler now than they used to be in the early days of television, when the things used to appear to be operated by steam, and you just had to keep on going. You had to keep on going with the take once it started, and not stop, and not fall over or make a single mistake, or it would all come out on the screen in everybody's homes, which was very embarrassing. This was after live television, after everything was long after everything was done at Alexandra Palace live. This was, I'm only talking really about 15 years ago, when you had to do it all in one go, and you had to run from one set to another in order to get it onto the same tape. It was very primitive. So now that it's fairly relaxed, it's a little like filming. You can stop and start and stop and start, and it's everyone has quite a lot of time to be humorous. But having said that, I can't think of a single humorous incident that happened, except once on filming. When we were doing Logopolis, I had to do quite a lot of sprinting in my tight black velvet trousers, and I managed to split them in a rather embarrassing place, and not to put too fine a point on it, but my seat was coming out of my trousers, and that was quite funny, except that it was very cold. But by and large, I can't really relate. I'm being awfully dull. I do apologise, John, and you must apologise to your friends if they're bored to death, but they can always switch it off. I can't think of anything very humorous, but if I can, between now and the time this tape is finished, I'll record it for you. Now, point 4 is any impressions I have of William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, either as chaps or in the role, of course. You may not have seen or known some of them. No, I've never met Troughton. I once met William Hartnell. I was doing an amateur production long ago of a play called Rookery Nook by Ben Travers, and a member of the cast, a very good amateur actor, decided that we could perhaps be improved in our amateur acting if this chap got his friend down to coach us, and his friend was a professional actor, and his name was William Hartnell. And he came down, and in his note session after watching our rehearsal, he sat us all down and gave us notes, and he was extremely rude to me, and I didn't like him at all. He ticked me off for being rather slack, I think, and that was the beginning of my association with a Doctor Who, which is rather a curious coincidence. He, incidentally, I shouldn't say this, but as it will go no further than you, me, in the gatepost, I have heard that he wasn't very well liked. He certainly wasn't very nice when he came to see the inexperienced amateurs. We were rehearsing somewhere down in Sutton, I think it's Surrey. It was long ago, and but another curious coincidence about John Pertwee, who was, I think, the third Doctor Who, is that his family was were friends of my father, and he is a godson of my late father, which is a sort of coincidence that the Master's father should be a godfather to a Doctor. And before Tom Baker really got underway as an actor, he lived as a rather penniless out-of-work actor with my brother Richard Ainley and his wife, and so in a way I have extraordinary what's the word, coincidental relations with two Doctor Who's, which is coincidental in that I had nothing whatsoever to do with me getting the part. I got the part through producer John Nathan Turner, and just pure coincidence that I should have these things in common with these three Doctor Who's. It is really quite remarkable, I think. Peter Davison and I are going to do a pantomime at Christmas with his lovely wife Sandra Dickinson. That's going to be Cinderella at Tunbridge Wells. He's going to be Buttons and his wife's going to be Cinderella, and I am going to be Baron Hardup, and I'm going to sing a song for the first time on stage. First time solo, that is. I have sung in a duet production of Emma at Windsor Theatre Royal Windsor. I sang a Robin Adair, a very old English song. La 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 la, Robin Adair. Forgotten the words, and I won't bore you with that. Now, 5. Any interesting news about forthcoming programs? Now, the only interesting thing I have to tell you is that firstly, I've just been asked this week. I've been asked to be in a 21st celebration, 21st anniversary Doctor Who special, which is going to be 90 minutes long, I'm told, and it's going to be a master story, which pleases me no end, and will please my bank manager. That will be next March, and I think it's going to be seen October after next. That's October 83. I don't know who's written it, and I don't know who's going to direct it, but I do know I'm going to be in it. And in this autumn I'm going to do a two-hander, a master story which is a two-hander, that is to say, a two-parter, that is to say, a story of just 2 episodes. Unfortunately, I wish it were 4, but it's 2 episodes, and that I'm going to do in the autumn. I understand Nissa is leaving the cast, the beautiful Sarah Sutton, but Janet Fielding is going to remain for a while, and they're looking for another companion, John, so don't say I haven't told you. You might be able to write off to John Nathan Turner and get yourself a starring role in Doctor Who, although I think you could probably do better than that. I think it'd be a much better idea if you became Prime Minister and put the country aright once more. Although, on a more serious note, if you decide that you want to be an actor in the next few years, and you want any information, by all means write to me, and I'll give you the best advice I can. Tell you how to go about it, or the problem first thing I'll tell you is don't do it, because it's not a very wise idea. An awful lot of people don't get any work at all, and it can be very depressing. But I mean, if you can get through that barrier, and if your determination is such that you will do it at any cost, then probably it's the right thing for you to do, or one to do. But I just throw that in as an aside. If you get a special interest in acting, don't hesitate to contact me, and I'll help you all I can. One final thing I'm going to talk about before I sign off is my trip to Chicago. I've never known anything like it. I was guest with Sarah Sutton and John Nathan Turner. Peter Davison didn't go, although the newspaper said he did go. He didn't. He was doing another series at the time. He's a very successful actor. I think he's making three series simultaneously. But we flew to Chicago, and we were greeted by the singing Doctor Who Appreciation Society of North America fans. They came to the airport with their guitars and their songs and their Doctor Who hats and Doctor Who t-shirts, and they gave us an amazing American welcome. And the whole thing, about 4 days, not a very long weekend, in a very hot hotel whose air conditioning failed, was the most amazing display of affection for the program and enthusiasm for us personally that I've ever known. And as I say, I nearly came away with a big head. They were beginning to convince me that I was somebody. Doctor Who is really a big deal over there at the moment, and 8,000 people attended this convention over the course of 4 days, and it was a remarkable experience for me, because I'd been to one in England. In fact, there's one going on this weekend in Birmingham, August 31st, sorry, July 31st, August 1st, but it's nothing compared with what there's an aeroplane going over just to make the noise almost worse. Incidentally, the noise that is coming through with my voice, I've detected, is a little like I'm flying. You'd think I was flying in an aeroplane as I was recording this. I wish I knew how to correct it. I apologize for that noise. No, but going back to the convention, I can't really describe it to you fully, but I'll just tell you that there were about 5 huge rooms in this very, very big hotel, and I don't have to tell you that hotels in America are very big. And in these large rooms they were selling magazines and books, Doctor Who stuff, hats, souvenirs. There was a big autograph room where people would queue up all day long to get autographs. There was another room devoted to questions and answers. There was a producer there answering questions about the making of the program, and Sarah and I were answering questions. There was hundreds of different things going on, activities, Doctor Who activities. They were showing videos almost through the night, at least till 2:30 a.m. Old videos of Doctor Who, and they even showed the Peter Davison "This Is Your Life," which Eamon Andrews did this year. It was a most extraordinary demonstration of fandom, I believe is the word, that I've ever witnessed, and it was very flattering, even though I've just got not exactly a small part, but even though I have a fraction of the amount of work in it that Peter Davison has, it was a most wonderful reception that I had, and I haven't quite recovered from it even now. It's something I shall never forget. But what I do know is that even though it's going out, for instance, it goes out on the air at 11 p.m. in Chicago when most of the young ones are asleep, even in spite of that, it has a huge following, and as far as I can gather, it's very much on the up. It was a bit of a shock to them all that Peter Davison came into it, because they're all mad about Tom Baker. He's a big cult figure over there. But they're beginning to like Peter. He's growing on them, and as far as I can see, the Doctor Who craze is really taking off over there. And of course, this pleases me, because we actors over here get a percentage of our fee for every overseas station that the program is played in. So it's nice news for us. That's my reaction to it on a purely mercenary level, but it's also very satisfying to travel 6,000 miles or whatever it is to Chicago and find people slapping you on the back and thinking that you're really quite a chap, when my own opinion of myself is not all that high, I have to tell you. Well, on that rather depressing note, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I think you'll all be fast asleep by now. So this is the first time I've ever done this, so if it is not very well done, you'll understand. And if you can tell me why that dreadful noise is competing with my voice, it sounds like a great steam engine, I'd be very pleased if you will let me know, because your father will be quite an expert at taping. Goodbye for now, John, and goodbye to your dear father. Thank him once again for all he's done, apropos the tapes, and kindest regards to your brother. And it's the Chuckling Master signing off. I must climb back into my TARDIS and be off on another mission. So it's farewell, Earthling.
But don't pass the potatoes, don't pass the cup. I think over there we are down and out. The only way is up and out, like the rosebud in the vine. Don't thumb your nose, but take a sip for mine. I'm a little bit short of the elbow, but then we get me some. And look how well he's crying. money. Mutton's the very person. I am. You really want to make some money?
I'd love to, yes.
I have a wonderful way of making money.
Well, what do I have to do?
Wait a little game. I ask you 4 questions, and you've got to answer it in one word.
Well, what word?
Sticks.
Sticks. Oh, that's one of my best words. Sticks. Sticks, 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 sticks.
Well, I tell you what, I bet you £1, you can't do it.
Pound, right, you're on a pound, yes, pound.
I tell you what, you hold the money, I'll hold the sticks. Now don't forget, you've got to say sticks.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now are you ready?
I'm ready anytime you are.
Thank you very much, you lost your money, you didn't say sticks.
Just a minute! Oh, I didn't know you'd started.
We finished.
Well, did you know he'd started?
All right, I tell you what, take it to you, Doctor. I mean, it's you. I'll give you another chance to win your money back.
You will?
Yes. But don't forget, you've got to say sticks. We'll go for another £1.
Yes, yes, all right. Yes, I misremembered for a minute. This is one of my favourite words as well. Right.
Now, are you ready?
Sticks!
Didn't fool you that time, did I?
No, I was ready for you that time.
Oh,
Just a minute!
You want to play again?
Yes, only this time let me hold the sticks.
All right. And this time, we'll play for £2.
Oh, well, easy come, easy go. Let's play for £3. Are you ready?
Sticks!
You know all about this game, don't you?
Sticks!
I can't catch you up, can I?
Sticks!
Which would you rather have, the money or the sticks?
Sticks! I thought it was cheating!